Welcome back, folks. So, what's making me do a video today? So, I had a package arrive from Hong Kong this morning, but most importantly, that package was from Dust Studio. So, that was quite cool. It arrived much faster than I thought it would. Probably about a week and a half, 2 weeks. That's from Hong Kong to the UK, so that's not too bad going. So yeah, if you want to know more about Dust models, just check out their website at www.dust-models.com. Okay, but I'll put a link and all that stuff in, so I don't know what I'm telling you now. But anyway, it's just a small order, so as you can see, it's not really a great deal of stuff. But you're looking at about, I think it was about £30, I can't remember exactly. But I just wanted to dip my toes in, check out some stuff that I thought might be useful or interesting, or just stuff that was a bit odd that I might like the look of. So, what did I get? Okay, so let's start off with this. So I haven't opened these yet, because they're pretty self-explanatory. They are protectors for the Dust Tactics cards. So all the Dust models come with cards with all their stats on them for Dust Tactics. So obviously when you're gaming, cards tend to get quite damaged or scuffed just from being used a lot, and these will help avoid that, because I've got every intention of playing Dust Tactics as well as Dust Warfare. Okay, so I'm not going to open that one up just yet, because I think that's pretty self-explanatory. So you get 50 in there, and I can't remember the exact price, but as I said, if you check out the links that I put below, you'll be able to find those on there. Really useful, guys. Okay, let's put that one over there. So next up, got a Dust comic. Okay, so Dust was originally like a concept that Paolo Parente came up with, and it was going to be a small project that he wanted to do on the side. So he had a comic made by a friend of his, but obviously he wrote the story and worked out what was going to be in there and all the character designs and all that. But yeah, this is number 1, but I don't know if there's going to be any more. So I don't know, because this one's quite old. I think it's from 2006, but I can't remember exactly when it is from. Yeah, 2006. Okay, so I read it in a few minutes. It's not particularly big, but it's got loads of really cool imagery. Some of it's a little bit racy, but so I wouldn't recommend it for any younger readers, but it's cool imagery for the game. Gives you loads of ideas, teaches you a little bit about some of the characters, but as I say, it's probably not for the younger minded out there. Okay, so yeah, okay. I do think though that because it's older, that some of the imagery has changed just a little bit from the Fantasy Flight Games releases, because obviously they wanted to make it a bit more commercial so they could sell it as a war game. Okay, so that's that. Cool stuff. What next? We have got the source book. Okay, so the source book's a great little thing. If you like concepts and backgrounds and stuff like that, that's what this one's really for. It's fantastic for that. So again, it's quite a thin book. They're not the best edited books in the world, because I think they've been translated from either Japanese or Italian or possibly French. It's hard to tell, given Paolo Parente's past records of work, but it has definitely been translated from another language, so sometimes it doesn't transfer very well, but it's easy enough to understand. Okay, it's got quite an interesting opening statement from Paolo, and he makes it very clear that any World War II imagery throughout the artwork isn't actually glorifying anything. It's just there because that's the time period, you know, and it fits in. It's not saying that this is the greatest thing ever, it's just that's the way it is. Okay, but as I said, it's just a great book for imagery, looking at kind of old designs and stuff like that, and then even down to uniforms. Uniforms are really interesting, characters, and just seeing stuff that obviously he's had loads of ideas and like how he wants to implement them and stuff like that. So maybe we'll see some more stuff from that book coming out in miniature form at some point. But as I said, that's the Dust Source book. Okay. Hello. Okay. So last but not least, we've got the Modelling Guide, Volume 1. You'll notice I said modelling guide. It is not a modelling guide. I thought it was a modelling guide when I bought it, but it's not. Okay, doesn't make it a bad thing, just makes it different from what I thought it was. What it actually is you get kind of images of individual models that have been made, most of which are conversions like this one that were made before there were, I'd assume, before there were any actual Dust models. It does go into a bit more story, so in quite a lot of depth, talking about kind of some of the dioramas that are featured in here as well. And it adds a kind of sense of realism. It's a very strange format to see for Dust because it's quite, I don't know, it's just reminiscent of traditional World War II miniature modelling. So you only have to look at some of the figures. I mean, I think it's all 1/35th scale and stuff like that. So again, it's a really good one for uniforms and stuff like that. But yeah, it's definitely not a modelling guide. I mean, there are some articles like paintings and markings, which again are just useful to look at, but it's not telling you how to achieve effects or anything like that. But that's up to you. Okay. It's a very cool book, very interesting, and I quite like it, but not for the reasons I thought I would. But there we go. These things happen. Okay. At the moment, there's only one in English. There is the first volume in Japanese, and there's also a second volume in Japanese, which isn't in English yet. I don't know if that means there will be an English publication or not. I don't know. Okay. But that is pretty much everything. So that was my first order from Dust Models, so the Dust Studio itself, based in Hong Kong. I have got another order coming for some transfers, some decals to put onto my Königsluthor. So hopefully you'll see those soon, but I only ordered those yesterday. So they're going to take a little while to get here. But anyway, so cheers for watching, guys. Hope that's been helpful. Hope you've liked the review. Do leave some comments if you want to know anything more about this. Like if you like, and I will hear from you soon, I'm sure. Bye bye.